welcome to another Chelsea chat, a transfer window special. Second time I filmed this, the first time I cut my head off, so a lot of you would have probably preferred to see that footage, but I've re-recorded it again. So, what do I think of the transfer window? I think it was pretty decent. Some things I was disappointed in, other things I was pleased with. I think we overpaid and undersold, but I think to a certain extent Bowley had his hands pushed into doing that, because I keep reading people saying, well, we must have been talking to players, you know, during these sanctions. No, we weren't. Who would be talking to them? Who would be talking to them? Because we couldn't communicate. We weren't allowed to communicate. Bowley's lot wouldn't have been talking to anyone because they didn't know if they'd win the bid. Why would you send people all over the globe courting players like Manchester City and Liverpool apparently did, when you don't know if you're going to run the club? It's nonsensical. No, we weren't talking to players. Yes, we were behind, and at one point there was a realistic chance that we would go out of business. So the fact that we're still playing in the Premier League, the fact that we've got a transfer window, I'm happy with, I'll be honest. It could have been so different. So let's have a look. Fofana, I'm very happy with. We paid 72.36 million plus add-ons. Very expensive. 21 years old, massive upgrade on Christensen as far as I'm concerned, which you'd expect for that money. So we lost a player for free and he was replaced with a top youngster who I think is going to really do great things for us. I've been wrong before, but that's what I think. He's got everything to be a success. Cucurella, 58.77 million. I know he's getting slagged already. I don't think he's prolific on the left as a left wing back as Chilwell is. I think Chilwell's the better attacking player. I think defensively there's not a lot in him. The big thing about Cucurella is his versatility. He can play at that left centre back position if Koulibaly is injured or if he's out of form. What is all this about having to go at Koulibaly after 3 games, by the way? He's in a new league, he's finding his feet, he's got to find his pace. I was expecting 7 or 8 games before any of these players who are coming from other leagues fit in, and probably 3 or 4 games before those from other clubs fit in. Get to know the players around them. People out there have got to have a bit of patience. Even the Cabbages must be able to see that. If they start at a new work, they don't know where everything is on the first morning. They don't know how their work colleagues like to work. It's just one of them. Sterling, 50.58 million. Well, bargain of the century. If paying 50 million for a man to kick a ball of air about can be a bargain of the century, that is it. I think he's mustard. All those that said, oh, he's a City reject, we can't buy him, I think they're already in their words, even though they won't come out and say it. I see one bloke, I've got a tweet from him saying the worst signing we'll ever make, and last week, I always said he'd be a good signing. Superstar, blah 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 blah. You alright, mate? Koulibaly, 34.20, I think he'll be a good signing, but I think it will take him time. He's played against world-class attackers and marked them out of the game. He hasn't been great for a couple of the games we've seen him play of late. Obviously, getting sent off was a stupid decision, and then missing another game hasn't helped his cause, but I think he'll really come good. Obviously, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, 10.8 million plus Marcus Alonso. Yeah, I know some of you say, oh, this is is all we need. This is one of the best signings ever. I am very reserved on it. Very reserved on it. You know, I wanted to give Brozier a chance, which he might still get, because Aubameyang's got a broken jaw. He's going to be out for another 2 to 3 weeks, and I'm hoping that Brozier gets his chance against West Ham, because you know what? If I see Kai Havertz come out of that tunnel at number 9, I'm just turning the TV off. There won't be a Chelsea chat that week, because I've had enough of watching a guy who's so out of form, and doesn't look like he can be bothered playing at number 9. I don't know if you don't like playing as a 9, a false 9, whatever you want to call him, but shocking at the moment. And I love Kai Havertz as a player, you know that. So Aubameyang, yeah, he was absolutely awful in his last sort of 6 months, maybe a bit longer than that, at Arsenal. And the other thing is, apparently he had 5 fines from Arteta for being late before Arteta finally lost his rag with him. And I wonder, if you're a young man sitting in that dressing room and you see someone turning up when they want, doing what they want, if it is a good signing. But that said, Tuchel's managed him before, and perhaps he'll have a bit more respect for Tuchel than he had for Arteta, because let's face it, if you're turning up late for work, you don't give a monkey's, do you? You don't care about the manager or the bosses, or if the company does well. You just, you're apathetic. So I hope we get the Aubameyang of 5 years ago under Tuchel, and not the Aubameyang of a year ago at Arsenal, because oh my God, bring back to Timo, all is forgiven. Selena, yeah, the goalkeeper, young goalkeeper, we bought from Chicago Fire for 8.18 million, and he's gone straight back on loan. And finally, Dennis Zakaria. I think I've got everyone in there, haven't I? Oh no, I'll come back to. I'll do these two at once. Carney Chukwuemeka, 16.2 million from Aston Villa for a 18-year-old whose stats aren't as good as Billy Gilmore's. Now you're going to say to me, well, he's 18, he's not 21. Yeah, I know that, but we've just sold Gilmore for 9.3 in total, 7.5 plus add-ons for a 21-year-old international, and we've paid 16.2 for a guy who's not a full English international, and he played 12 games for Villa last year, and his pass success rate was 4% less than Gilmore, and his tackles won success rate was 8% less than Gilmore. So, did I say more than Gilmore? Less than Gilmore. And Zakaria, who's 25, we go down again. We paid 2.7 million as a loan fee for him, and 3% less successful passes than, say, Gilmore. I'm using Gilmore because we've sold him. And tackle success, 58%. Very low. Had a bad injury. Only played 6 games for Juventus last year. They couldn't get back in the side. I watched him once. That was against Inter Milan. I'll be honest, I watched a full game, and my mate reminded me last night. I called him the love child of Bakayoko and Jorginho, because he always passed back, and when he tried to pass forward, his second touch is a tackle, and I just don't understand it. Well, perhaps he's going to prove me wrong. I hope so. I'll be singing his name, obviously, I was scratching my head at that one, I've got to be honest. But how can you? I'm always moaning about people for basing their opinion on 1, 2, 3, 4 games even. So I'll take that back. He's going to be great. He's going to be terrific. So we sold Timo Werner for the princely sum of £18 million. £18 million for a German international with that sort of record in the Bundesliga, and we paid 16.2 for an 18-year-old kid with no goals and 1 assist in 12 games. I made a joke actually about, and I shouldn't joke. You shouldn't joke on social media, should you? I said Cucurella 63 million we paid. Billy Gilmore we sold 7.5 million plus add-ons. Can you imagine if you're a big issue seller and you see Todd Bowley walking towards you? How happy would you be? Shouldn't have said that on social media because people can't take a joke, can they? Like yesterday, I posted on Twitter and said that I was disgusted that Gilmore was being sold. And if Frank had still been in charge, he would have had his chance. Now, the whole tweet was about Gilmore because I think he should have got more of a chance. Some of you disagree, fair enough. I take your point. Norwich last year, first half of the season, it was awful for him. Second half, under Dean Smith, it improved greatly, by the way. And Dean Smith wanted to keep him, but a lot of people forget that. But yesterday, the tweet, all they took out of it was that if Frank had still been in charge. And what I meant was, if he'd been in charge, Gilmore would have got a chance. I didn't mean Frank should be in charge. Now, I've read that, and I've got mates to read it, and they said, no, you can't take it from that. But the amount of people, if Frank had still been in charge, we'd be in the Conference League and all that. Oh, Jesus. You know what I thought, don't you? Yeah. Well-known vegetable. So Gilmore's gone, Timo's gone, Emerson 13.86 million to West Ham, Gilmore is going to be with add-ons 9.3 million to Brighton. Sorry, I just don't understand that. But just when I think Bowley has got to be the worst businessman in history, he turns round and he proves that he's the best businessman in history. Malang Sarr, £900,000 loan fee. Wow. Plus they're paying all his wages. £900,000 loan fee for Malang Sarr. That is brilliant business. I'll take it all back, Todd. You are the new Bill Gates. So we lost Rudiger Christensen, Miazga. I can never say that. It's the American guy, and he's finally gone. He's been here about 100 years. Jake Clark Salt has been sold, so has Charlie Masonda, so has Kennedy. Callum Hudson-Odoi obviously gone to Leverkusen and his wages are being paid, no loan fee, and Ampadu has gone to some Italian club, isn't it? I can't even remember. He's having his wages paid. We brought in some other young lads from other clubs. There's a list that I'm going to put up, but that's basically the business. So do I think it's been good? I think it's been okay from where we started from. People keep going on about Haaland. Haaland only wanted to play for Manchester City. He said it. His dad said he was never going anywhere else. No matter what his wages was. Forget the wages. Forget the fee. But the fee was quite cheap because it was a buyout clause that went down. I think they got him for about 60 million, didn't they? But forget that. He was only going to City. Pep said it. You know, it was only ever going to be Manchester City. If we'd said we'll pay you 200 million, he wouldn't have come to Chelsea. He would have still wanted to go to Manchester City. And let's face it, if you're getting paid £400,000 a week, which he allegedly is there, or we come along and we offered him £500,000 a week, if he really wants to play for City, what does it matter? Most of that extra £100,000 a week is going to go in tax anyway. What does it matter? You might as well oh, I'm going to be struggling on the £400,000 a week City are paying me. You know, you go where you want to, don't you? I mean, any club, every club in Europe wanted him. I wanted him. He would have been my dream signing. Forget a Bangyang at 33. It would have been Haaland. It would have been, I think most of us, all out, one thing we would have all agreed on, I think, was Haaland would have been a good signing. You'd get the odd one, wouldn't you? You know, cabbage route. But most of us would have gone for Haaland, but he was never there. So I think it was a decent window. It wasn't great. The De Jong rumours, all the other rumours, the guy we're trying to get from Ajax. We need a Fabregas, don't we? Let's face it, we need a Fabregas. You've got Conor Gallagher, who will put the boot in when necessary. Same with Cover. And Kante doesn't need to. His timing is just perfection, but very injury prone now. But yeah, apart from a creative midfield player with defensive qualities as well, I think we needed. And you've got the centre forward, not the one I would have picked, and I would have stuck with the one we've got. But you know, we've got a decent centre forward if he plays anywhere near his best form, and so it's been pretty good. The back has been covered. I think we've improved at the back. They always say when you buy each season, improve the team, and I think we have actually improved the team. Fofana's definitely an upgrade on Christensen, and Koulibaly just really replace Rudiger. So that's it, folks. That's what I think. Let me know what you think. That's why I do these. That's why I started doing them, and that's the way I want to carry on. Your views are more important than mine. If you disagree, no need to be abusive. Just say why you disagree. I'll respect your view totally, because your view is just as valid as mine, probably more. But yeah, let us have your feedback. Please subscribe to the channel and please throw the video a like. Apparently it helps me. Speak to you after West Ham. Up to Chelsea.